speaker is Brother Johnston, and should be followed by Susan Iorio.
Hello, I'm with an environmental group down in Scottsboro, Alabama, but we cover the entire Tennessee Valley. We last year published a report on Browns Ferry on radioactive emissions and health issues in the area of North Alabama surrounding Browns Ferry. And in the next month or two, we plan to publish a report on East Tennessee epidemiological study on the health issues and the emissions in this area. I just want to note quickly that I'm really happy to see that there are people from Oak Ridge area who are here. There are so many issues, and this has been building up for so long, that we do not know how to deal with waste. Nuclear waste is just an issue that has not been solved. It is probably not going to be solved. We have some of the best minds on the planet working on this issue, and we have not been able to resolve it in 50 years of intensive research. So sometimes we just have to look at things a little differently when we don't find solutions right away. However, I'm pleased that this process is going on. I'm sorry that it's only a 45-day window. I don't know how many days it took to write this 500-page report, but I couldn't get through much of it because I work and I also do this work. So, you know, you can only do so much in a given amount of time. I presume that you're working full-time on the report, but it takes us a little longer to get through it and respond. However, that said, we'll have written comments submitted by the 22nd. And some things that I would like to note, in case the public isn't aware of it, that H3O is what's produced as tritium. When it bonds with water, it combines with oxygen. And instead of being H2O, the water becomes H3O, which is tritiated water. And this is the hazard to our health because it contains radioactivity. And when we talk about these curies, and it was kind of diminished, that this process of producing tritium will increase the amount of pollution in our river annually by 24 to 48%. That's 24 to 48% more radioactive waste put into our river every year. Those are curies we're talking about, up to 50,000 curies. And I just want people to be aware that a curie means that the radionuclide is disintegrating at a rate of 37 billion disintegrations per second. So it is irradiating. It's called radiation for a reason. And when it gets in your body as water, irradiated water, in the body organisms on the river, and moves its way up the food chain, becoming more concentrated, that is more irradiations within your body, whatever organs it attaches to or becomes a part of, or whatever DNA the water is surrounding, because DNA is cushioned by water in our bodies. It affects the long-term biota, and our biosphere is in danger because of this. And it's so easy to say, oh, well, you know, it's only here for 12.5 years. Well, half of it is here for 12.5 years, but it lingers. The radiation itself lingers for 120 years. And if we're putting 50,000 curies into the river every year, that's going to build up and change our environment significantly over time. So it seems like a debt, an environmental debt to the future that we need to consider carefully. I've always loved something that the Native American community does, where the elders, every decision that they make that affects the community, they consider the seventh generation, the effect it will have on the seventh generation. and this is something we rarely do in our quick get answers fast, culture. But I urge all of you to consider carefully the long-term effects and this legacy to the future. And the people making the decisions, I just urge you to carefully weigh your decisions, and for this environmental impact statement to please be specific. One of the questions I had, am I still okay?
Another minute or so?
Okay, sure. One of the questions I had was, are the dry storage systems that you're considering putting these in, are they, the additional radionuclides, are they actually approved for this altered tritium producing waste? Do we have approval of these dry cast storage systems? I know the high burnup fuel, that was an issue. We had these fuel cladding failures and lots of leakages in the last decade, and it turned out that the dry cast storage casts were not really approved for that high burnup fuel, which means that they were actually burning it longer to get more for their money, basically to try and increase the value of the uranium fuel. So those kinds of specifics are what I will be asking in my formal comments. And what are the leakage rates now? We know that there is leakage, and the leakage is going to apparently increase because of this, as I believe I read in one section, I think it was 3110, that there are going to be increased leakage rates through the cladding. So when we get leakage into the core cooling system, is that going to affect components? Because these our reactor systems were not really designed for this fuel, and they were not designed for this additional radioactivity. So I'm wondering, are there going to be new regulations for that? Will there be increased inspections? And will the time between component replacements be adjusted for this higher radioactivity in the coolant, the core coolant water?
Okay, can I ask you to conclude your comments?
Yes.
You may have a chance to come back.
Yeah, so affecting the longevity of the components, and so I will go on with specifics. You can, if you want to read the comments, you can find them on matter.org, MATRR, and I will be submitting them by September 22nd. Thank you for the opportunity to bring up my questions. Thank you.